Food is something underrated. I use this word underrated. It is part of life and it is everywhere.
Eating mindlessly versus counting calories. Where do you stand?
Most debatable question, I guess.
Yes.
Just eat whatever you want. Me, what is your favorite food? I'll ask कौन सा region का? East or west, north or south, food is best. खाने के बाद भी I saw a lot of people telling that अरे यार मैंने इतना खा लिया, ये इतना कैलोरीज है, मैं बहुत खचरा खाया. If you are below 25 age, right? I'll just say just go for it.
Hello and welcome to a lip-smacking, heartwarming, and absolutely bindass episode of JCL Podcast Bindass Bol. This is your host Ruchita Badruka, and today's episode is all about something that unites us all: food. Because let's be honest, good food equals good mood. And who better to talk about this than someone who truly lives to eat? A man whose love for food knows no boundaries. Please join me in welcoming Mahidhar Kancharla. Hi Mahidhar, welcome to the
Thank you.
podcast.
I will see. That's a great way of introduction. Thank you very much.
Our pleasure. So before we start our conversation, we'd love to know, what do you do at Geomart?
Initially, I started as an operations specialist. Right now, I'm a product associate from SEM, supply chain manager.
All right. And beyond work, what keeps you hungry for life? What are your passions and hobbies?
When it comes to professionalism, I try to find a topic which of my interest and try to gain insights and elevate that. At the same time, coming to hobbies, I like watching movies. I watch all languages movies and food. Obviously, I love to explore food and I also try to experiment. Where preparing food is my hobby.
That's a fantastic mix, Mahindar. You always say that food is happiness. So what do you really mean by that?
Okay, let's be honest. Just tell me one incident where went on a weekend for out with your friends or family, and what is the first thing you do?
You order food.
You order food.
Yes.
So what happens after that? We'll be in a conversation, then the food comes, and we enjoy the food while talking with the customer. So I think it is not recognized by everyone, but I think food is something underrated. I use this word underrated, where I think it is incorporated to everything in our lives. Just imagine the beautiful moments, right? अभी take example as शादी. शादी में अगर क्या होता है खाना?
Obviously.
कई वो होता है because it is an occasion incorporated with your main event, which is शादी. So food is something I think it is there with you for all the time, but I think it's just most of the people doesn't see like how I see it. Because when you're remembering some nice memories or I think, definitely I assume 95% above there is a food incorporated with. So I think it is part of life and it is everywhere.
I think I completely agree. That's such a heartwarming way of, putting it out. It's not just about eating. I believe it's also about emotions, and sharing those memories together is joy.
Definitely.
And-
Definitely. Because obviously you are incorporating all the beautiful moments you're having, the good times you're having with all your close and beloved people. And that is also adding a little bit of flavor to it, I guess.
And at the end of the day, it's making us happy.
Happy
right?
end of the day.
So lovely. I think that's such a nice way of putting it together. And my next question to you would be, what is that experience that, made you change the way you look at food?
Okay. So this I've experienced when I actually travel out of India. So out of compulsion, I need to eat the food which is not traditional food. So initially, when I struggled to eat, but then I adapted quickly, and then I realized it is not the way how we look into food, like the traditional way how we are habituated to it. But I think being open can open a lot of doors of emotion and interest. So right now, if you ask me like what is your best food, I can just say like I'll mention cuisine wise, not like this is my favorite food. If then I'll ask a question like if you ask me what is your favorite food, I'll ask कौन सा region का. So I'm not bounded anymore to one particular because I'm from South. I'm not bounded to only South Indian food. Right now, I eat all cuisines. So I think that's where I changed myself and I'm very happy about it.
So I think what you're trying to say is that just like how India is, food for you, food is also unity in diversity. Trying everything out and then finally be able to-
Exactly. I get food it like east or west, north or south, food is best.
That's such a lovely way of putting it, Mahidhar. And now let's talk about something that most foodies debate: eating mindlessly versus counting calories. Where do you stand?
Most debatable question, I guess.
Yes.
But for this, I'll try to use a word balance. So if you are below 25 age, right, I'll just say just go for it, have your time, eat whatever you want. Don't keep this in mind, like, or don't consciously eat. Just eat whatever you want, how you're feeling, and just enjoy the way. But this is based on complete my experience. I used to eat crazily before, but once you age, I think, however, the appetite is also changed, and your interest also will change. And then, however, based on my experience, I thought of after 30s crossing, you'll just realize that you'll become a little bit cautious. The capacity is gone. What you used to eat before, the quantity now it's
The
completely,
metabolism also.
it's down. So I think when you're getting older, I think having that balance, not like before eating, hogging onto the food, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. But I think having that balance is important. And also, I say don't take seriously. Like if you are having something today, right? Like just if we are having right now a dessert, which has 1,000 calories also. I think when you're having it, eat it in a state that chalo yaar, it's okay. Let's enjoy.
Correct.
Enjoy वाले मोड में have it rather than खाने के बाद भी I saw a lot of people telling that अरे यार मैंने इतना खा लिया, ये इतना कैलोरीज है, मैं बहुत कचरा खाया. Don't I think don't use or don't say yourself that, or don't punish yourself having that dilemma or regret after eating also. Just enjoy or don't enjoy. It's
Correct.
keep it that simple, right? I mean, that's, I think it's one best thing I can say. But coming to again balance, what I suggest is, if you want to have or if you want to eat good food, I think afternoon try to have it in the midday, in your lunch, rather than starting your day with sugars and carbs. I think morning take it light, afternoon go whatever you want, and then evening you definitely keep it light. And also try to exercise right now, because the situations are completely changed right now. So if you're having a nice exercise to your body, if you're having flexing and your activity is good, I think it's good. But I think having a balance is important.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's such a different perspective to looking at, how we should eat. It's always a dilemma, whether we should go all in or whether we should be cautious. But I think at the end of the day, it's all about balance, how you've put it. So thank you
100%.
so much for sharing that perspective with us. So Mahidhar, what's the happiest food memory you have?
So when it comes to memory, in summer holidays when you were kids, as of today also, we go to visit our grandparents, and whatever my grandmother makes, I mean, whether it be a egg fried rice or a basic tiffin, idli, dosha, and the way she makes, you don't like it, but once you taste it, I think, no, you're not going to erase yourself.
Right.
That's the best memory I have till date.
So any specific dish that your grandmother would make which you absolutely love?
The chutney is what she makes. So the traditional old ways of making it, not the in the grinders, but that, I think the chutney is what she makes is really top notch.
Right. I think listening to you takes me back to my granny's place. And I remember during summer holidays, whenever we would get a chance to visit, it would all be about just food and all the achars that, like, just how you mentioned chutneys,
Yes, yes.
the pickles that our granny would make, and
100%.
I
So
think
now adding, linking it to the first question which you asked, right? Like food is
food is
emotion.
happiness.
So now see, you are telling that you went to your granny's place and that bring memories and you brought smile to your face, but they where food is also attached. So this is what I was referring initially also.
I think now I completely get it, like how food brings happiness to all of us. And so, have you ever traveled for food? Like, if yes, then when and where and when?
Yes, yes, definitely. When I was outside India, I traveled like 300 kilometers just have to have some biryanis, because that restaurant where it used to be there, it used to be make damn good, and also some kottu paratas, which is from Tamil Nadu, and I used to have different percent. Again, that depends on my taste buds of that day. When it comes to here also, and if I want to go outside, first question I ask myself is what is that taste buds, or
What do you feel like
what do you
eating?
feel like eating today? Like if I'm feeling like a dahi puri or something like that, definitely haldirams for me. And if I'm thinking something like dal makhni, Punjabi swag, no doubt in it. And if I'm thinking something like in chicken starters, dabe wala chicken is again Punjabi swag, no doubt in it. And if I'm thinking biryani, Nawabs for sure, like now. So like depends on the taste buds and cuisine what I want to add. And if I want to eat South Indian, right? And there is one very underrated, not that popular restaurant in Madurai, which is called Bimor and Ruchulu, which is completely South Indian non-veg feast for the people who are non-veg lovers. It is a feast. That's my favorite restaurant for me and my mom as well.
So I can see your eyes are already lit up while you're talking about all these dishes. And even my mouth is watering, hearing all these yummy dishes.
100%.
So after this, we are definitely going and eating a lot
For
of
sure.
good food. But I must say, Mahidhar, that's dedication. Like traveling for food is next level passion, and I totally get it. Some flavors are worth the journey, I
Yes,
believe.
100%.
So I think that brings me to my next question, which is about comfort food.
Yes.
So what's that one dish that instantly lifts your mood no matter what?
If you ask any Hyderabadi, the first answer you'll get is biryani. For
Biryani,
sure.
obviously.
There is no other question. And again, the next will be sweets. So overall, if you just use a word food, that enlightens my mood. No matter what, if it is food, then it is good.
That's you, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the ultimate soul food for Hyderabadis. Biryani, I
100%.
believe. Even sweets for people with a sweet tooth.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it always feels like a warm hug when you eat that comfort food,
100%.
isn't it?
And also, I think somewhere the memories are also underlined between that. I mean, whenever I'm having biryanis, I'll try to recollect when I used to be with my friends in the childhood, when who introduced me with biryanis, how we used to eat that. I think some smile comes out of my inner voice, like when you're eating biryani. There is some. I think for every situation, I don't know whether you are related, but for me, if I'm doing something, I'll try to. Some memory will come up to my picture, and I'll just enjoy, and I'll just be blissful that okay, that happened, so now today also this is happening. So I think that recollects the memory, right? I think that is more I mean, that's the best part of food, I guess.
Right. Bringing back the memories, right? And if you have to recommend one biryani place to our listeners,
Okay.
anyone who's a Hyderabadi or who's wanting to come to Hyderabad to eat biryani, which place would that be?
So definitely, as of now, I'll say Nawabs for mutton. And if you want to eat chicken biryani, I'll just say Meridian, which is in Panjagutta. That's my to-go places. After that, for mutton, I'll also suggest Sari, which is my next place to go. Those places I'll definitely suggest to anyone.
Wow. Now that, makes me a lot more curious to know what's next on your foodie bucket list.
Right now, I really want to try Maharashtrian food. Going forward, apart from vada pav, I want to try that. And next Rajasthan, I want to explore those cuisines also. And looking forward, as the cuisines serving is also increased in Hyderabad, we are getting all the cuisines here. Would love to explore those taste buds also.
Lovely. So me being a Marwadi, I can definitely recommend some good places in Rajasthan where you'll get mind-blowing dal bati and the local traditional food.
Dal
Yes,
bati I tried. This is really good. You brought only, which you.
you remember, correct? Yes. So, but you should definitely go to either Jaipur or Udaipur and try the local
Would love to.
Rajasthani thali. I think
Definitely,
it's
definitely.
worth.
Looking forward.
Yes. That sounds like an adventure waiting to happen. But Mahidhar, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your incredible journey with food. Before we, wrap up, is there any food mantra or words of wisdom that you'd like to share with our listeners?
So one thing I'll just tell everyone who is listening to this is that keep it simple. Don't think too much about it. Don't go gaga about it. Like you said, everyone are going gaga whether to have a balanced meal, calories. It's fine. Life is short. Enjoy your moments. Keep it simple. Don't overthink. Enjoy karna hai to enjoy karo. Leave it there. If you think that you had more food, right, just try to burn it out by walking, by running, going to gym, having an active something, whatever passion you are in physical activities, do it like that. And just enjoy the food and just be open to all the cuisines and just maza le lo jitna le sakte ho.
Correct. Because YOLO, you only live once.
Once, as simple as that.
Correct. Thank you so much, Mahidhar.
Thank you very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Same here. Thank you very much.
And on that note, it's time to sign off. Until then, keep exploring, keep eating, and remember, good food equals good mood. Stay tuned for another fun and exciting episode of JCL Podcast Bindass Bol. I think that's a really nice. Okay, sorry.